Hello and welcome to Inside the Summit League. It is getting good right now in volleyball as we hit the halfway point in the Summit League season. Great race going on in women's soccer as well. South Dakota State and Denver both still unbeaten in women's soccer. They play each other coming up this weekend. We'll get to those two sports in a moment. But first, some good news and some more big news for the Summit League as it pertains to men's basketball. The College Insider Mid-Major Top 25 poll was released this week, and for the first time ever, there are two Summit League teams in this Top 25 poll. North Dakota State at number 7 and Denver at number 9. That number 7 for the Bison is the highest preseason position held by a Summit League team in the 15 years that this poll has been out, and having two teams in the top 10 with NDSU at 7 and Denver at 9, that's the first time that's happened in Summit League history as well. So welcome and thank you, Denver. We knew that they would be good and getting some more kudos here for the league as we head into the season. Now, North Dakota State is at number 7 because the Bison return all 5 starters and 96% of their scoring from last year's team that finished 24-10 overall, and the Bison reached the Summit League championship game before falling in that final to South Dakota State. Denver is in there at number 9 because they have 10 letter winners back, including Chris Udofia, who's going to be one of the best in the league this year. Denver went 22-10 last year and advanced to the second round of the NIT tournament. Now, the mid-major poll is 24 conferences. It's not the Big 12 and the Big 10, but it is the Big Sky and the Horizon League and the Missouri Valley and the Summit League. Those mid-major schools, you got Wichita State at number 1 in the poll. Gonzaga, everybody's heard of them. They are number 2. BYU is number 3. So those kind of teams, along with North Dakota State and Denver in the top 10. Saul Phillips of North Dakota State is one of the voters in this poll. So is Greg Campy from Oakland. Greg Lansing at Indiana State, their head coach who played at the University of South Dakota, also a voter in this poll. So North Dakota State at number 7 and Denver at number 9 in the mid-major preseason poll. And the North Dakota State men start exhibition play next Wednesday as their first game. South Dakota State's women start exhibition play this Sunday with a game against Bemidji State, and then we'll get Summit League play going in January. All right, back to volleyball now. 7 league matches down, 7 to go in the Summit League. Here are Fort Wayne, the defending tournament champions, IUPUI, the defending regular season champions in the Summit League, on the road in the Dakotas over the weekend, and Omaha at Denver to lead off this week's volleyball highlights. Start in Fargo on Friday night. North Dakota State at home taking on Fort Wayne's Mastodons, and Emily Minnick with the kill for the Bison. She had a great hitting match, had some great numbers at the end of this one for North Dakota State. Danny DeGagne with the block for NDSU, and the Bison win the first set 28-26. They take the first 2 sets. Danielle Dombeck with an ace serve there, 25-22, North Dakota State in the second set. Fort Wayne came back and won the third, but the Bison get them in the fourth. Minnick had 13 kills. Bison digging it up, and then Jenny Fastbender knocking it down. Fastbender had 19 kills to lead North Dakota State. And the Bison get their second league win, their second win overall this season as they beat Fort Wayne in 4 sets. In Brookings on Friday night, the Jags and the Jackrabbits, South Dakota State and IUPUI, Michaela Hora, one of those true freshmen for South Dakota State, with the kill there, but the Jackrabbits hit 0 in the match, 23 kills, 23 errors. Caitlin Hickey had 4 solo blocks for IUPUI. The Jags take the first set 25-10. Jack's got a block assist from Casey Herman here, but not much better for SDSU in the second set. IUPUI wins that one 25-14, and then they close it out. Mariah Fair with a block to go along with 10 kills for Fair. Hickey had 10 kills too, and IUPUI beat South Dakota State in 3 sets. Same straight set story in Denver on Friday. The Pioneers and Omaha close in all of these sets though. Moni Korahedu with a kill for Denver. She had 8 of those. Denver has the highest hitting percentage in the Summit League right now. They also lead the league in blocks. One right there from Cassie Ronda. Omaha stayed close in the first set. Amy Taylor with a block, but Denver takes the first set 25-23. Nola Basie right there for Denver. And then back again to Basie for another kill from the outside. Omaha trying to stay with it here. A quick to Kimberly Bailey, but the Pioneers are there to reject that one. And then Kelly Wallach will get a kill here for Omaha. Nice hit, but Colleen King, co-player of the week, co-offensive player of the week this week in the Summit League, had a dozen kills King will hit another one again here, and Denver will take out Omaha in 3 sets. Right, the other match on Friday night was South Dakota beating Western Illinois. The Coyotes stay unbeaten. Could they keep it going on Saturday? The rest of the week in volleyball after this.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort, where you can win, dine, and unwind. Now that's grand. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Great comparisons in history. Abe Lincoln versus Babe Lincoln. American football fans versus Netherlands football fans. Angus steaks versus Josie's crab cakes.
You see, some people like to compare the features of the all-new 2013 Honda Accord to the Toyota Camry. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Honda Accord beats the Camry every time. With rates as low as 0.9%. See your Dakota Land Honda dealers today to get a great lease on the all-new Honda Accord.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Well, they are feeling good about a lot of things in Vermillion, South Dakota right now. The football team has won 3 in a row. The volleyball team is on top of the Summit League standings. The Coyotes took an 11-match win streak into their match against Omaha on Saturday. Start with a straight setter on Sunday for South Dakota. The Coyotes and Omaha. That is the top hitter in the league there, Kendall Crittenbrink for the Coyotes. Kelly Wallach in the middle there for Omaha, but Crittenbrink was either hammer it down or getting the roll across the net. 20 kills in the match for Kendall Crittenbrink. She leads the league in kills per set. Omaha gave them a run in the second set, but lost that one 28-26. USD keeps rolling with a 3-set win.
We're very proud of the fact that we were able to go undefeated through the first half, but we also understand that it doesn't mean anything without the second half of the season coming around. I'm sure most programs are going to be talking about wiping the slate clean, and you got a fresh 7 matches ahead of you, and it's anybody's ball game down the second half of the stretch.
Well, IUPUI is quietly keeping up with USD in Denver. The Jags going for the weekend sweep at NDSU on Saturday. Mariah Fair was blocking and digging and killing, and the Jags won the first set 25-20. Danny DeGagne, though, a couple of block assists, 6 kills also for DeGagne, but NDSU was up in the second set. Jags come back and beat them 25-17 in the second. Very close in the third. Jags go up 22-19, and IUPUI gets the Dakota sweep. They beat the Bison in 3 sets. Fort Wayne, meanwhile, took that loss at NDSU on Friday, bounced back at SDSU on Saturday. Tiara Gibson, 6 kills to lead the Jackrabbits, but Emily Spencer had 40 attacks, killed it 20 times, and the Dons were on their way in this one. Haley Ripley on the slide there, and Madison Spence added 48 assists for Fort Wayne. IPFW takes out South Dakota State in 3 straight. And back in Denver on Sunday. Denver going for the weekend sweep at home, hosting Western Illinois. That's Melanie Miller for Western, but not a whole lot going on for the visitors in this match. Bria Muley in the middle for Denver, led them with 11 kills. She hit .714 for the match, and Denver's just been ridiculous with their hitting percentages. Colleen King was solid again. Denver takes the first set 25-13. Denver dominant in the second set as well. King in on the block that time for the Pioneers. Western Illinois would come back and get a little something from Mallory Gibson, but Denver just too much. Moni Corajado had 10 kills on just 16 attacks in the match for Denver. Colleen King will come up with another block here. Denver at the top of the league in the blocks statistics as well. Denver wins set 2, 25-9. They out-hit Western 433 to 056 in this one. Denver wins it in straight sets. So here is how they stand halfway through Summit League play. South Dakota unbeaten at 7-0. Denver is right behind them with that only loss to the Coyotes. Coming up this weekend, it's either going to separate a little bit or get all jumbled up. USD and Denver will play at IUPUI and Fort Wayne this weekend. Western Illinois is home against Omaha in their only league match of the weekend. And we've got women's soccer coming up next.
Since 1982, the Summit League has been achieving excellence. Beyond providing a quality education to more than 120,000 students, the league continues to strengthen its reputation of being nationally competitive in athletics. Today, more than 3,000 elite student athletes at 8 institutions embody the vision, purpose, and innovation the Summit League represents. These young men and women are reaching for the summit in both athletic and academic endeavors.
Great comparisons in history. Abe Lincoln versus Babe Lincoln. American football fans versus Netherlands football fans. Angus steaks versus Josie's crab cakes.
You see, some people like to compare the features of the all-new 2013 Honda Civic to the Toyota Corolla. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Honda Civic beats the Corolla every time, with rates as low as 0.9%. See your Dakota Land Honda dealers today to get a great lease on the all-new Honda Civic.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Don't miss the Guess Who at Grand Falls Casino Resort, Saturday, November 16th at 8 p.m.
American woman,
Signed guitar giveaway at midnight.
from me, American woman.
I started hunting with my brothers and my dad. Hunting for me is getting away from everything, just getting out into the country, to the quiet. I enjoy hunting with my son more than anything. Someday he'll have memories like I have of hunting with my dad. There's just no better feeling when a customer says, you know, that gun you sold me last year worked perfect. That is, to me, what it's all about. I'm Leon Streifel, and I'm one of the hunting experts at Shields.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. All right, now to women's soccer. South Dakota State and Denver still unbeaten in league play. This was SDSU head coach Lang Wiedemeyer before the season even started.
We have a lot of players, a lot of freshmen last year that made great impacts for us. But there's just that difference, the difference in maturity, the difference having a couple years of college soccer under your belt that allows you now to handle that pressure and stress in those tight moments. And we were missing that last year. But I think that, again, what we went through last year should help us this year.
Well, the Jacks have won all 5 of their league games so far, all by 1-0 scores. The latest was against North Dakota State on Saturday. Jackrabbits and the Bison and Sierra Bonham in the net, working early for North Dakota State. The save right there for Bonham. SDSU freshman Alexis Tracolo carrying it in here for the Jackrabbits, and punched away there by Bonham to keep it scoreless. Jacks will keep pushing from the corner. Again, Bonham kept pushing back, no score through 40 minutes in this match. Lauren Miller going the other way for North Dakota State. Nicole Inskeep on the save, though, for the Jackrabbits. No score through 50 minutes of this match. And then Miller, again, she is fast. Good chance. Just high, though, and no score through 60 minutes. But in the 76th minute of the match, Darcy Miller will chip it in right there. Kaylee Costello will get the goal. The Jacks win it 1-0 again, and they play Denver next.
Denver's a quality side. We know it's going to be the toughest game of our season, and we know that the road to the championship goes through them.
Well, Denver held up its end of the bargain with 2 wins over the weekend at Omaha on Saturday. Megan Clark in the net for Omaha, facing this Denver team that has scored 16 goals in 4 league matches coming into this one. Taylor Ivins gets that one through for Denver, her second of the season. It's 2-0 at the half. Good chance for Omaha. Hannah Wampler, though, can't get that first shot to go. Denver adds another late goal. Kristen Hamilton there, the assist to Paige Diamond, and Denver beats Omaha 3-0. The Indiana schools, meanwhile, facing off in Indianapolis on Friday. Fort Wayne at IUPUI. And an early goal for Tori Minnick, her third of the year, and the Jaguars lead at 1-0 at the half. Fort Wayne scored the next two, and Sam Pavlica held off IUPUI until the 72nd minute. Grace Perkowitz scores to tie it at 2. They go 2 overtimes, but it ends in a 2-2 draw. Similar story in Macomb, Illinois. Western Illinois hosting Loyola Chicago on Friday. And watch the relentless pressure that Western puts on right here. Stopped initially. Sarah Hall, though, will come out of the scramble here. And Hall nails that. And it is 1-0 Western Illinois with the lead. Stayed 1-0 until the 67th minute in the second half. Laura Atkinson comes out of the goal there for Western. Can't make the stop, though. Loyola with a goal to tie it at 1-1. Chrissy Campbell will get a good chance for Western to untie it late in the match. Campbell can't get it to go, though. Nope, 1-1 is the final in 2 overtimes in this one. All right, back to league games. Back in Vermilion for South Dakota against the league leaders from Denver. Kristen Hamilton to Nikki Papalardo for the first of 4 Denver tallies in this one. Not a lot of good looks in the match for South Dakota. Jamie Karch with one of just 3 shots on goal for the Coyotes, but that's turned away. Denver had plenty of chances, though. Center it to Nicole DiGiacomo, her 9th goal of the season. And Denver goes to 5-0 in league play with a 4-0 win at South Dakota. And back to Macomb to wrap it up. Western Illinois hosting Fort Wayne. Great save coming up by Fort Wayne's Sam Pavlica. Just after the half, though, Andy Lazzarini for Fort Wayne. Shades on, eyes on the prize. Boom, Lazzarini with a goal. 1-0 Fort Wayne gets out to the lead. How Western Illinois does not tie it up right here is pretty amazing. From the corner, Pavlica punches it out. Leatherneck stay with it. Doink off the bar. And it stays 1-0 Fort Wayne as Pavlica finally clears it out. That's pretty cool. Kristen Becker with the fancy throw in. Western cannot get it to go, though, and they fall in this one 1-0.
The rebound with just coming back from mentally winning every single game here on out. There's no other option. If we don't win, then that's the reality, and hopefully it's sunk in for every player on this team that we have to win, and we just need to bury our chances when we get them.
So the women's soccer standings look like this. South Dakota State and Denver have already clinched a spot in the postseason tournament, both at 5-0 so far, and they will play each other this weekend. South Dakota State and North Dakota State will travel and play at Denver on Friday and on Sunday. Men's soccer, some great highlights coming up next on Inside the Summer League.
Great comparisons in history. Abe Lincoln versus Babe Lincoln. American football fans versus Netherlands football fans. Angus steaks versus Josie's crab cakes.
You see, some people like to compare the features of the all-new 2013 Honda Accord to the Toyota Camry. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Honda Accord beats the Camry every time. With rates as low as 0.9%. See your Dakota Land Honda dealers today to get a great lease on the all-new Honda Accord.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort, where you can win, dine, and unwind. Now that's grand. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Welcome back, and now to men's soccer. Good highlights from Denver's match against Omaha, and great highlights from Fort Wayne at IUPUI. Omaha at Denver, and Omaha has a California kid in the net. Matt Grosey making saves for the Mavericks early on. He's been on the losing side of a couple of 1-0 league matches so far, and unfortunately for him, it happens again. Grosey making saves, but in the 63rd minute, it'll be Zach Bolden for Denver with the drive. That's just good soccer. 1-0. Denver with the lead. Oliver Brown would get the shutout in the other net for the Pioneers. Brown coming out, making the save there. He stopped 5 shots in the match, and this next one coming up is really good as he makes the dive to get the shutout. Denver goes to 3-0 in the lead with a 1-0 victory. Meanwhile, IUPUI staying right behind Denver in the standings. The Jags at home against Fort Wayne on Saturday. Good highlights from this one. Shot by Oscar Yamada for Fort Wayne. Stopped by Eduardo Cortez. No score in the first half. This is a great goal. Christian Soto plays the spin, knocks it in, and it's 1-0 IUPUI on top. At the other end, though, Umadu again for Fort Wayne off the rebound. Yes. Too sexy. Ties it at 1-1 with that nice goal, but another great one coming up by the Jaguars. Off the throw to Tyler Drum. Boom. Jags win it 2-1.
I'm always in there on corners. I'm always trying to at least cause problems, and I mean, I'm just happy to finally get that first goal. Hopefully I got over the hump and I'll get a couple more.
Men's soccer standings look like this. Denver still unbeaten at 3-0, and the Pioneers will be at home in their league match against Eastern Illinois on Saturday. We've got the campus spotlight when we come back on one of the best ever student athletes in the Summit League, Alexa Dooling at the University of South Dakota.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort, a casino in a grand new way where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Don't miss the Guess Who at Grand Falls Casino Resort, Saturday, November 16th at 8 p.m.
American woman,
Signed guitar giveaway at midnight.
from me. American woman.
Great comparisons in history. Abe Lincoln versus Babe Lincoln. American football fans versus Netherlands football fans. Angus steaks versus Josie's crab cakes.
You see, some people like to compare the features of the all-new 2013 Honda Civic to the Toyota Corolla. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Honda Civic beats the Corolla every time, with rates as low as 0.9%. See your Dakota Land Honda dealers today to get a great lease on the all-new Honda Civic.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Well, there are many great role model student athletes walking the halls in our Summit League schools, and there is no better example than a young lady at the University of South Dakota who not only qualified for the Olympic trials in her college career, but maintained a 4.0 grade point average at the same time. She is in our campus spotlight.
Welcome to the home of the Coyotes, and make sure you pronounce it Coyotes.
It's coyotes. It's coyotes, baby.
It's Coyotes, not Coyotes. USD is the oldest public university in South Dakota. Founded in 1862, 27 years before South Dakota became our nation's 40th state. This is where you'll find the Dakota Dome, a multi-purpose 10,000-seat facility that is our home for football, basketball, track and field, volleyball, and swimming. Our athletic program recently completed the move from Division II to Division I, and in June we had our first D1 champion when Bethany Buell won the pole vault title. We have earned 8 All-America honors in women's track and field in the last 3 years. Featured on that list is hurdler Alexa Dooling, who qualified for last year's Olympic trials and who also earned Academic All-America awards for her work in the classroom, where she was perfect.
You know, having gotten A's throughout my entire high school experience, I wanted to continue that into college. It's funny that once you just kind of get a feel for it and you figure out what you like to learn about, it makes getting A's so much easier. I love to set goals, but I think really at the heart of it all, I love to compete. And not only do I like to compete with other people, but I especially just like to compete with myself. When I came into undergrad, I took a variety of classes right off the bat so I could figure out what I really love to learn about. And I found myself always coming back to biology. And honestly, there were so many times where I would rather be in the library studying on a Friday night in my biology notes rather than going out with friends.
She's one of those students who would sit near the front of the class and you could always tell that she was focused on what you were saying, on what she was learning, and she was excited by everything.
She's very much a student of the sport. She wants to know why we're doing things, how we're doing things, and that's what makes her fun to coach. We knew she was good, she's very talented, but her work ethic and her attention to detail is really what's made her a great track athlete.
I trained with her because I ran 400s, and every time I would get tired or I wouldn't want to do something, she would take me back and say, let's look at your goals. What do you want to accomplish and how are we going to get there? She's always there to build everybody up.
Alexa's a great leader. She really doesn't even try to be a leader. I think that's the best part about Alexa. Just if you're around Alexa, you can definitely just tell by the way that she acts that you want to be like Alexa.
I absolutely think it's important to be a role model, but I never think of myself as doing that. I just act how I would naturally. And I think that's the most important thing, is to just be who you are, and that's what really inspires people.
Alexa will use her NCAA Walter Bayer Scholarship to pursue a medical degree at the University of Arizona, and she expects her path will eventually lead her back to South Dakota.
Receiving the Walter Bayer Scholarship from the NCAA has surpassed anything I ever could have imagined. Just to know that the entire NCAA truly believes in me has given me so much confidence and has really further inspired me to try to do some really cool things with my career. It's really hard to really put the picture out there of where I see myself in 10 to 15 years, but what I would like to do is come back to South Dakota and practice on an Indian reservation here.
Thanks to everybody at the University of South Dakota. Thanks to all of our member schools. We'll see you next time on Inside the Summit League.